that most Americans believe in having voter ID laws. Most Americans support showing an ID to vote, and that means that,
Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's allow her to answer the question and speak to this without interruption. That's correct. We're going to sit here and...
That's not democracy!
To the original question here about the SAVE Act, it is really important that Americans have confidence in their election systems. And you'll hear a lot of talking points from a lot of different folks saying, oh, there were 900 people, non-citizens registered to vote in Oregon with their voter. Well, it's true that only, I think, right, they're still going through the numbers, but it looks like only 30 of those people actually voted. But what is corrosive to confidence in the election system is not just the absolute number of people who voted who shouldn't vote. It's whether or not we believe that only American citizens are determining the outcome of federal elections. And that's why one of the first bill that I introduced in Congress was to address the open election system. My bill creates a path that says that regardless of political affiliation, you can vote in primaries. I'm on a lot of other bills talking about the necessity of fighting gerrymandering, about election campaign finance reform, all of these things that really are corrosive to the integrity of our election system. That's really critical, and it's also really critical that we are building the biggest tent possible of people who say, yes, this is what manifest.
We don't want the Gestapo in our tent!
And what it means for people to know that only American citizens are determining the
It's not a real issue!
Thank you, Congresswoman. I believe she answered the question.
She cares more about pandering to Nazis than she does about democracy and civil rights!
We're going to move on to the next question. Judith, what specific steps are you taking to protect Social Security, Medicaid benefits for our seniors and disabled community members?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw earlier in the year, there was a report out that they were going to close in-person Social Security offices. And I wanted to flip tables. Like, think about my grandparents trying to register for Social Security on an online portal where you have to look up numbers that came from some email account that you don't have. Like, made me see red. And I fought that, and I was pleased to see that they're going to keep the in-person offices open. Particularly in communities like mine, where I get my internet from a radio tower, like we need to have in-person Social Security offices. So some of the really bad ideas we've seen coming down the pipes, we're getting a U-turn on. But the reality remains that Social Security is facing a solvency crisis. It will bankrupt. And what?
Raise the cap! No! Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
If you're shouting, we can't hear.
That sucks. Get closer.
After that, you get a free ride. If you paid in the same
This is life.
no matter how much you're earning, it would resolve like 80% of the solvency crisis in Social Security. Did they say Medicaid?
Medicare and Medicaid.
Yeah. The Medicaid cuts are really, it's going to be a disaster. The cuts that have been proposed in the budget resolution are profound to Medicaid. And looking at, just talking with care providers, talking with families about what that means for them, about people that will not be able to stay in their homes if they don't have that help, the quality of life, our duty to take care of our neighborhood. The cuts to Medicaid were, I would say, the biggest reason that I voted proudly against the Republican budget resolution.
So Tom asks, how about Congress eliminating state tax on diesel?
Oh, state tax on this is, okay, so this sounds like a small thing to a lot of people. But, if you've ever worked on a farm, you know that there's red diesel that's only for use on the farm. one of the problems is that people think about ag just in terms of commodity on-farm production. You know, we still have agricultural production in our state, but it's a lot more of it. Our natural resource economy in the state is timber. And so you have a situation where, you know, somebody's importing wood from Brazil, they don't pay tax on the bunker fuel they burn on the barge to get here. But if we're doing it here locally, those guys driving the log trucks, they're paying tax on it. And we need to have a fuller picture of the global environment, where it's like we're not giving preference to people importing timber using bunker fuel as compared to the timber that we harvest here at home that builds family wage jobs and single family affordable housing, the things that we want to have in this country.
Eric asks, you voted to censure Representative Green for standing up to Trump's lies about Social Security.
You deserve to be censured!
Worry more about the erosion of our rights and the social safety net and stand up for us.
So a lot of folks, you know, part of what makes this country great is that we have a system of rules and laws and standards.
And that's why we need to stand up for them!
Who is in office. And, you know, people ask, like, well, you didn't censure Marjorie Taylor Greene, but the reality
why not?
is that the majority party is the one that originates censure bills.
Well, then why'd you have to vote for it?
I've never been in the majority. I've been here for, you know, 2.5 years or so. And, you know, I think it's really important that we're able to say that we hold that standard, regardless of whether or not we agree with a person. What makes civil disobedience work is that you are not just waving away the rules when you agree with a person, but that person's civil disobedience is actually still targeting the system itself. Al Green himself said that he should be censured. And that gave him another hour on the floor to talk about why.
That's a bunch of malarkey, Jack!
But that said, like, I don't think that our national interest is served by normalizing corrosive political language and fighting.
Oh, we're the ones normalizing it, huh? We're the ones doing it, not the fucking fascists with their Gestapo putting people in concentration camps.
For the civil discussion now, we're not for
Oh yeah, it's me, it's just me. For sure, dude.
I'm not concerned about what you're wanting to.
You're not concerned about anything, you rich fuck!
Your questions.
You don't give a fuck about any of us! You just want to enrich yourself! You want to keep taking money from APAC so that you can keep getting rich while kids in Gaza fucking die every day!
Go.
Time to go. All right.